What could the recent U.S. strikes against the Houthi rebels in Yemen mean for the stability of the region? It's a question that echoes across the globe as tensions rise amidst an ongoing conflict. The U.S. and U.K. have recently escalated their involvement, launching strikes on Houthi targets in Yemen. The U.S. military has announced that these strikes targeted a land attack cruise missile and 4 anti-ship missiles, which were said to pose a significant threat to ships in the Red Sea. But the ripples of this conflict reach beyond Yemen's borders. The U.S. has issued a warning, expressing its intention to take further action against Iran-backed groups in Iraq and Syria. This development hints at a broader conflict, potentially involving multiple theaters and a variety of actors. The implications of this escalating situation are profound and far-reaching. With each missile launched and each warning issued, we see a complex web of geopolitical relationships strain further. The world is watching closely, waiting to see how these rising tensions might shape the future of the region and indeed the world at large. As the situation intensifies, the international community watches closely, waiting to see what comes next. How does the current political landscape influence the situation in the Middle East? This is a question that needs careful examination. As the conflict unfolds, we see the United States taking a firm stance and executing decisive actions. The recent strikes in Iraq and Syria, carried out in response to the deaths of 3 U.S. soldiers, are a testament to this. The U.S.'s stance is not merely reactive, though. It is also strategic, with the aim of curbing future threats and stabilizing the region. This is evident in the upcoming trip of U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken to the Middle East. His journey is not just a diplomatic visit, it is a mission with a clear objective. Blinken's top priority is to negotiate a deal between Israel and Hamas. This negotiation is crucial, as it could potentially lead to a pause in the ongoing fighting in Gaza. A successful negotiation could mean the release of hostages, and more importantly, a much-needed respite for the people of Gaza. Speaking of Gaza, it's impossible to ignore the devastating impact of the ongoing offensive by Israel against Hamas. This conflict has resulted in the tragic loss of more than 27,000 lives. It all started with a Hamas attack on southern Israel, which killed about 1,300 people and led to 250 others being taken back to Gaza as hostages. The current political landscape is a complex web of actions and reactions, decisions and consequences. Each move made by the U.S., Israel, or Hamas can drastically change the course of events in the Middle East. The stakes are high, and the world watches with bated breath as each player makes their move. The political decisions made now will have far-reaching implications for the region and beyond. Therefore, it is essential that these decisions are made with the utmost care, keeping in mind the fragile balance of the Middle East and the lives that hang in the balance. What is the economic impact of this conflict on the region and the world? Now let's delve into the financial repercussions. The ongoing conflict has forced major shipping companies to avoid the Red Sea due to the attacks from the Houthi group. This has resulted in a significant impact on international trade, a lifeline for many economies around the globe. Taking a closer look at Egypt, we see that its revenue from the Suez Canal, a key trade artery, has plunged by almost half in January alone. The number of ships traveling through this critical waterway has decreased by more than a third. The Suez Canal is not just a source of revenue for Egypt, but a vital route for global commerce, linking the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea. This conflict doesn't just affect the directly involved parties, the ripple effects extend far and wide, disrupting global trade routes and causing economic instability. It's a clear reminder of how interconnected our world is and how conflicts in one region can have far-reaching consequences. The economic fallout from this situation will likely continue to ripple outwards, affecting nations far beyond the immediate conflict zone. What does the future hold for this volatile region? With the recent US-led strikes, defiant responses are echoing from the Houthi officials, their voices resounding with vows of retaliation. The White House, however, is not backing down, issuing a chilling warning that these airstrikes on Iran-backed targets are merely the opening gambit in a much larger strategy. Intrigue deepens as Iran denies any involvement in the recent attacks. despite the Islamic resistance in Iraq stepping forward to claim responsibility. This umbrella group of Iran-backed militias throws yet another player into the mix, further complicating the intricate web of alliances and rivalries that define this conflict. As the world watches the unfolding drama in this volatile region, questions swirl around the future. Will the defiant Houthis make good on their vows of retaliation? Will the White House follow through on its promise of escalating action against Iran-backed targets? And where does Iran truly stand amidst these claims and counterclaims of responsibility? These are questions without clear answers, but what is certain is that the stakes are high. As the conflict continues to escalate, the world waits with bated breath for the next move in this high-stakes geopolitical chess match. In conclusion, we've navigated the tumultuous waters of the ongoing conflict in Yemen, witnessing the escalation of tensions with the recent US and UK strikes against Houthi rebels. We've delved into the intricate political landscape, exploring the motivations and strategies of the involved parties. We also shed light on the economic impact, from the disruption of international trade to the drastic plunge in Suez Canal revenue. The future of this conflict remains uncertain, but one thing is clear: its ripple effects will continue to shape our world in profound ways. Stay informed and keep an eye on this developing situation. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel for more insight.